I watched a CEO's teenage daughter discover she wasn't special when no restaurant would seat her immediately at a charity gala. I coordinated an exclusive charity gala where wealthy donors paid $5,000 per plate. When tech billionaire James Harrington's 16-year-old daughter attempted to skip the coat check line, then demanded immediate seating despite arriving late, she was politely but firmly denied. Her subsequent public meltdowns led to a humbling moment when her father refused to intervene, telling her, "Tonight, you are just another person who needs to wait." The transformation in her eyes was unforgettable. Coordinating high-profile charity events in Manhattan teaches you a lot about human behavior at both extremes of privilege. The $5,000 per Platy Children's Hospital benefit I organized last winter provided my most memorable lesson in entitlement purton and its unexpected cure. The gala was meticulously planned. Michelin, starred chef, celebrity performances, and 300 of New York's wealthiest philanthropists. Every detail was perfect, including our strict protocol that all guests, regardless of status would be treated equally at 7:45 p.m. 15 minutes after doors closed for dinner. Seating a black Maybach pulled up to the entrance. James Harrington, founder of the world's largest social media platform, emerged with his 16-year-old daughter, Olivia. Harrington was a major donor who had personally contributed $2 million to the hospital. His daughter, according to her 7 million social media followers, was Alif E.B. Darvid, who documented her jet-setting life of private schools and luxury vacations. I greeted them warmly at the entrance where a line of late arrivals waited at the coat check. Harrington politely joined the queue, but Olivia assessed the situation differently. "Daddy, we're not actually waiting in this, are we?" she asked loudly enough for everyone to hear. Without waiting for his response, she strode directly to the front of the line. "Hi," she smiled at the coat check attendant, extending her white fur coat. "Harrington." The attendant, who had been thoroughly briefed on our protocols, smiled professionally. "I'd be happy to take your coat, but the line forms behind you, as the men is waiting their turn." Olivia's expression flickered between confusion and irritation. "But we're the Harringtons." "Yes, miss." The attendant nodded. "And we're delighted you are supporting the Children's Hospital tonight. The line starts back there." James Harrington joined his daughter, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Olivia, let's wait our turn." Her face flushed crimson as she stumped back to the line, furiously typing on her phone. I overheard snippets of her whispered complaints. "Literally donated millions. And don't they know who?" After checking their coats, I escorted them toward the ballroom, explaining that dinner was already in progress with the first course being served. Olivia pushed out of me as we reached the ballroom doors. "Which is our table?" she demanded. "We've organized a special place for you," I assured her. "The servers will need about 5 minutes to set your places since dinner has begun." 5 minutes, she scoffed. "We're not waiting 5 minutes, seat us now." I apologize, but all guests who arrive after seating receive the same courtesy of proper table preparation. "The kitchen needs. Do you have any idea how much my father donated to this hospital?" She interrupted, voice rising. "We could buy this entire building." The nearby conversations quieted as guests turned to observe the commotion. My stomach tightened. This was exactly the scene I'd hoped to avoid with any IBE. To my surprise, James Harrington stepped forward. "Olivia," he said quietly but firmly. "But Daddy, they're treating us like nobody tonight," he interrupted. "You are not Nine Rut. You are not a Harrington. You are not a Harrington. You are just another person who needs to wait 5 minutes for a table just like anyone else who arrived late." Her mouth opened, then closed. The look in her eyes wasn't anger or embarrassment, but something more profound, purred as if she were seeing the world through a completely different lens for the first time. "But everyone always makes exceptions for us," she said, so softly I barely heard it. "And that," her father replied, "is exactly the problem." Olivia stood silently, occasionally glancing at other guests, waiting patiently for various reasons. Something shifted in her expression, not quite humility yet, but the first crack in a lifetime of exception making. 6 months later, James Harrington doubled his annual donation to the Children's Hospital.